morning, my fellow zombies. Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived yet? Or are we emotionally deprived and sleep screwed up? Leroy John City, Roseman, California. The diary of the evening of John Beaver would be me. Yeah, YouTube's complete with them again. Zeros and ones in the algorithm. Take pity, you're going to be either a good guy or you're going to be hating a lot of things left and right that people saying, and you got to respond to it. Irritating itch to massive amount of insect bites. A lot of issues are there for a reason. It's just alright there. All every day for news these days. Switching over to CNN. And I'm just waiting for the news. Now, ABC News is still part of Disney Corporation. I can't get these guys on Spectrum cable. There's no way in hell we're going to do that. There's no way. I'd have to use the apps just to see what's going on. Continuation of news about where there was a stabbing out in Pico, 7th Pico station a few days ago. A lunatic on a train stabbed a guy to death. And it caught him yesterday. South Central area, up by the train station. Got the guy busted. Hadn't seen anything further about it, whether or not he's got a record or not. Imagine he does, or he's probably a 5150 lunatic at this point. It's getting a little crazier and crazier, but it's always been there when it comes down for the train travel. If I was still living in San Fernando Valley, that would be a different thing. I wanted to go downtown for other things, but I'm living in the Antelope Valley. We got our nuts floating around the city streets out here. We got a few nuts in our own residence out here in Roseman. In the morning, I just don't have to deal with it as much, but they are there. I remember there had been a time, I think last year, where this one lady had been having an argument with the bus driver for something, and he banned her. She was going crazy. I might go to get from one place to another place. You can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. It's like becoming an automatic Karen. It should have been on video and exposed out there. I didn't have a camera ready for this one. So yeah, I'm ready for the mouth of the South. Lunatics out there ready to go. Turn on YouTube or on Facebook, and there are plenty of videos out there that pumping out there with the different channels, trying to get you more and more enticed about it. More and more people to yell and scream at you and tell you that you're doing a very lousy job and you can't do this, you can't do this. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's what we do this morning. Me, on the other hand. I'm trying to decide whether or not to break down the computer equipment and bring it with me to school and just deal with a campus that way. And for some students, it's easy enough. But for me, if this all had been done on Zoom, and I would do a presentation on Zoom, that would be something. Or do a video. But it isn't, it's in person, and I gotta do it in person. I got a presentation I've been working on for about a week and a half. And let me make sure I had it right. Not to mention trying to study a bit for a quiz happening in my math class. While the international stuff keeps playing out, the foreign foreign leaders of one sort or another sort would be visiting the other countries. Including Kim Jong-un's going on a train to Russia. Somewhere there's a 60s song in there somewhere. Maybe he's taking a train, last train to Clarksville or San Antonio. They're still trying to pick up the survivors from Morocco's quake. 2,100 and climbing, confirmed dead. You know, out here in the West, we would have modern day code, building codes left and right for buildings, especially when it comes down for earthquakes and stuff. But when you're talking about ancient countries with their buildings made purely of stone, wood, sometimes not the rebar, they'd been standing around for 100 years or more than that. You'd think they're permanent structures until Mother Nature down below tells you otherwise. Now, Morocco has welcomed at least 4 foreign countries going in with emergency supplies and personnel. But that's it. The United States is not part of it. Every time there's been a natural disaster, we have disaster-trained teams out here, even in the Southland, Southern California. We're ready to rock and roll. Here in Southern California and the Los Angeles area, we got them scattered about. We've been through disaster training drills like crazy. So something like this would have been, you know, they'd load up a C-30, other transports, and then fly them out, and then 24 hours later they're setting up camp and ready to go. But Morocco only trusts Great Britain, United Arabs, Spain, and France. That's it. They're not allowing anybody else to go in there. Despite the fact that the United States had offered to do disaster relief with them. Our guys would spend a few weeks over there if have to, until they couldn't do it no more, and then we'd come back home. But this is their country. They only trust the people, and they don't trust the United States. So it's okay, that's fine. They're not pissed off yet. But we do have guys ready to rock and roll. It is ancient buildings that they have. That's been up for maybe a century or more than that. Families have lived in there for generations, and now Mother Nature just decided they're going to relocate like crazy. In different mountainous regions that they have out there, maybe it's prone for earthquakes, and maybe they've got a crack here or two, but 6.8 to practically a 7 or more than that, that's enough to tear apart anybody. Or any town out there, let alone out here in the Southland. In California, we have the strictest earthquake codes we're still trying to redefine every so often. Because every time we've had a major quake out here, we always have to go over the structural plans again one more time. Where are they safe? Where are they up to speed? Where are they up to stuff? How much damage did we already get from the last shaker? I mean, 2 or 3s are nothing. Sometimes they do add up. When you're talking about a 6 or 7, noticeable, yeah. Even a 5.5 or a 5.7 will do some kind of damage. But the thing I'm looking at right now, even a 6-pointer has torn apart towns in Morocco that had been standing for a while. Now it's just all crumbled. They got no place to go. There's no place safe for them to stay in, and even if there were, they wouldn't stay in them in the first place. They don't have what we would call red tag. Out here in Southland, when we actually had the quakes kicking in throughout my long lifetime, from the 71 all the way over to Ridgecrest, a couple of years back, different spots of California. would have areas red tagged because the damage was so bad. Yellowed, you're allowed to get in there and get your stuff. Red tag, you avoid it like a plague, unless you can get in there real fast, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes, gather what you can, get the hell out of there. And if it's already collapsed already, it's gone. It's not fit for humanity. It's not for being inhabited. And I'd seen a lot of that in the 94 quake. The San Fernando Valley got hit. I saw it, and it freaked me out. It was bad enough watching or listening about the 71, and I was just a young kid. I didn't go around town seeing what the hell was going on, but at the 94, yes, I did. And I saw what it was looking like. And I remember even in between when we had landers, when we had Whittier Narrows, I remember seeing some of the damages. I remember watching on news what the damages were and how freeways were, that they actually did have any cracks in it. Every time there was an overpass, we collapse. My brother's driving, he's paying attention to the road. I'm trying to pay attention whether or not we're going to have something hit us or not. Yeah. And the 94 quake, driving up and down the streets of San Fernando Valley, getting to employed, dressed to get the supplies needed, and just checking things out. I mean, if I had a camera, I'd be videotaping everything, or filming everything, but we didn't. We were just basically looking for survival at the point. And we had seen other areas weeks later that were already taped up with yellow caution tapes all around the damn place, red tapes all over the damn place. We've seen how buildings looked. Yeah, and this is with steel, rebar, concrete, even wood, but we still had codes of building safety. And this is what got me worried. Every time I'm hearing earthquakes from different countries, especially the regions where you have buildings that have been there for almost centuries. I mean, if they've lasted that long, they've lasted through wind. Rounded up a little edges here and there, but they're still there. You think they're permanent. They never stayed there for long. And then there's a bit of upheaval, shifting of the ground. Massive amount of shifting. And everything else just gets to be crumbled down. It scares the hell out of me every time we have a geologic event like that. They would call it that. A geologic event. So seeing Morocco and other countries like them are dependent upon, even I think Pakistan or Afghanistan, some of the other countries in the regions would have that kind of issue regarding geologic activity. It's oy. That's the only thing I can say. It's oy. Then what do you deal with it? But if you're having to deal with earthquakes on a constant basis, and you're young enough, you're just like, okay, we've got another earthquake here, big deal. Others are like, well, we don't like earthquakes. We don't like when the ground shakes. We think God's after us. And I'll tell you, at times, sometimes I felt like it. The guy was pissed at me for something. What the hell did I do this time? We already caused a major earthquake over here. Maybe he's causing it on my part. I can't think that way. I'm not going to start blaming every geologic event on God's being pissed off with the earth. Other people are doing that regarding the weather situation. Right now, we're handling what we're handling right now. That's not it. Concerning about politics, if people are still screaming and yelling at each other. It's just one thing after another. Same damn thing I'm hearing. On one particular channel on YouTube, they're talking about people having a conniption fit. Conniption fit concerning about racism all the time. Yeah, it's a major topic right there. And especially when you're accusing the guy who owns the place of being a racist. He wants free speech, but even with the free speech, free speech, what he's trying to make it is open for everybody, including for the ones who've got the hatred and vitriol going on. So, dealing with him and his attitude on that, that's another thing to be dealing with, isn't it? Yeah. So how do I feel about it? I hadn't thought much about it, that's the thing. I'm not fired up. I had other things dealing with my life. More than Elon Musk's and his temper tantrums, or everybody else having a temper tantrum about Elon Musk in his own mouth. He's going to be that way. He's going to be that way. Going to be that way. He's going to show to the world that he's a technical genius, or is he just another showman? It is also showing what kind of a, maybe he is racist at that point. I got to deal with that one. I'm not on Twitter. I got myself off of Twitter a long time ago. When Elon Musk took over, I wasn't going to deal with Twitter. I mean, it's one thing if I'm going to be supporting SpaceX programs, just a mere passenger shuttle and transportation of supplies to the International Space Station. That's basically it. But they're also trying to build this huge-ass starship, or whatever the monstrosity is supposed to be. I mean, shit, they had more elegance with the Apollo program a long time ago. They could have just had that going. But no, they got to make sure this damn thing's right. We wanted to get a big ship to Mars, but we also wanted to get another ship out to the moon. Maybe make it a base of operations. It'll take it years, about 20 years roughly, out of my lifetime, watching them trying to construct the damn thing. Seeing if the material on the moon is going to be valuable enough. You know what today's anniversary was supposed to be? Well, it's coming up in about a week or two. If we're doing, well, let's see. September 19th. Shit, I forgot the damn date. Well, maybe 1 or 2 more days. It's supposed to be, September 13th, 1999. Moon breakaway. And then we're supposed to have Space 1999 go on. Well, let's see, it's 2023. So I guess we skipped on that one, haven't we? Okay, so we're screwed up on that one. But they are indicating that the moon is slowly drifting away. They keep taking laser reflective readings, and they're measuring the distance all the time. From what scientists have been saying and posting on different websites, that the moon is slowly, incrementally drifting away. Now, either we're losing our I don't know what the hell we're losing. My minds. We're slowly losing this rock. It's going to be affecting our tides like crazy. Our Earth has been so dependent upon the gravitational force of another body to maintain the tides low and high. And now we're going to have this situation going on. It made possible our growth and life to happen on Earth. It made it possible. It was part of the process. So now we've got to deal with that one, don't we? So, next, what else is to be driving ever? Uh, not much. Going through the Twitter, actually not going through Twitter, but going through the YouTube, the zeros and ones out there. It seems that there are certain characters who are still trying to get into the GOP primary that are still being targeted left and right and being ridiculed left and right. One of the guys I was talking about a while ago was Vivek. I don't call him by his last name. His first name's bad enough. His last name. This is not racial. This is me trying to pronounce his damn name. Russia Schwami. But he's a fast talking con man. I heard it. I heard it just go blah, 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 blah. And then him going back and forth with a excuse me, MSNBC reporter who was constantly asking the same question because he felt he didn't get the answer from Vivek. And Vivek was off the charts on this one. Trying to answer, but not trying to answer. Trying to be this way and trying to capitalize. And basically being a pain in the ass. He tries to be this nice, hip, young twerp. He's trying to show people how he's different from everybody else. He doesn't kowtow to the party lines. All right, fine. Consider yourself not a Republican, but an independent. Because if you're going to be kowtowing to a party line, you're going to be that representation of the party. But if you're going to be saying, well, I'm not the party over here, I'm the new party over here, I'm part of the new representative of the party. Blah, 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 blah. And it's the same damn shit I keep hearing from everybody else. So like, what the hell are you trying to sell again? Is this snake oil? It's not snake oil. It's spotted snake oil. And that's all I kept hearing from this guy. If there was anything substance coming out of this guy's mouth, I don't know what the hell this damn thing was, to tell you the truth. And I really don't care. He comes out here doing his own bullshit. I'm not listening to this crap. I'm sorry. I got too much crap into this. However, if he wants to make a complete idiot of himself, he can always go to a college campus and be a royal complete blithering idiot and tell people, you know, but I believe in this and I believe in that, and I'm going to get rid of jobs. You know, I'd like somebody over here who would pin him down on this one. I would like for them to say, okay, how many federal jobs are you going to get rid of? Well, I'm going to get rid of my federal government. Okay, think of this one asshole. We have federal jobs on Edwards Air Force Base. We have federal jobs at the Plant 42. We have federal jobs all throughout our region. Are you going to get rid of them too? You're going to put people out of work? Because if you happen to think about it, you're putting voters out of work. Even if it's about 20 or 30 people per state. Or maybe 300 or 500 per state. To match up with this level that you got, or maybe more than that. Think about it. If you're a federal employee and you get Vivek in the job, he takes the Oval Office, say goodbye to your job. Because he wants to cut most of the federal government. He said so. He's got it on record. He doesn't want a big fat government system. He's coming after your jobs. He wants your votes. He's going to take away them too. Try this one. New Mexico governor. Getting tired of all the damn shootings happening, even in her state. She made an emergency order, temporarily at best, until they get something going in their legislature. And the gun guys are going, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Well, these kids have already been shot to death by guns. No, you can't do that to our guns. We want more guns. And she makes an order not people not to show them off in public, except for protection services, EMS services, military. She's trying to curtail the gun violence in her state. But the people want more gun violence because they want to protect the Second Amendment like crazy. Try that one. So if we get any more shootings, I'm going to ask myself the question over here. I'm not going to be asking the idiots in that particular state there, the gun proponents, the gun nuts. If we actually get, or when we get another shooting out there, where are you guys going to be at that location? Are you going to be there to take care of the situation? Are you going to be there in mass to take care of the situation? Are you going to be coming from all corners of your state into that location to make sure that that is going to get taken care of? Or what are you going to do? This is what I have a problem with. Every time we have a shooting and we need to get the guns under control. Yes, I know there are tools. And they're saying, who blamed the persons for that? I had made videos earlier on my channel trying to talk about how difficult this is. Because there's no way in hell to determine which particular person's going to flip their lid or not. Unless we really give up our rights for privacy. Unless I'm going to be coming into your gun nut house over there, and you've already expanded your mouth already, saying that you're going to be protecting your arsenal at this point. And I'm going to ask you the question, as a citizen, what gives you the damn right to have those damn things besides the Second Amendment? Where's your medical records? You're going to say, I don't have to do that to you anyway. You have to go after the other people. You are listed as one of the other people. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You made threats. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You are on record. And if I happen to represent the state at that point, I want to tear apart into your history. I'm going to tear apart into your history. By the force of the legislature that you bestowed upon me, your governor, your legislature, your people wanted this. You demanded that you wanted to find the crazy people, and then when you get yourself investigated, then what happens? Then what happens? What goes around comes around. So don't tell me. Don't give me your song and dance routine. You guys are already bullshitting me, and I've called you out. And I'm still going to call you out. And with that last note, I may be doing a broadcast at school without the cell phone. We'll see what happens.